Do you feel like someone is using the reality stone against you and is affecting other people's perception of who you are because of your pain or your condition? Or do you think that others are even enjoying your suffering or not taking you seriously? Watch this video to find out how to create your own reality. Hi, I'm Daniel Degenhardt for the Rethink Pain Workshop, and I geek out on any pop culture healing references and how I can use them for myself or for others to heal yourself. Now let's get right into this episode of the pop culture healing using the reality stone. Thanos said, "Reality is often disappointing. That is, it was. Now reality can be whatever I want." That's pretty powerful, isn't it? Even though he's maybe not the best guy around. Now, the reality stone, it grants the user absolute control over the fabric of reality itself. However, unlike the other infinity stones, it can only, however, like all of the other infinity stones, you need to have power to be able to wield it, to hold it. Now, Thanos acquired the power to create these highly elaborate physical illusions and these false realities. And prior to the ambush in Nowhere, Thanos used the reality stone to create this illusion of himself interrogating the Corrector in deserted Nowhere in order to fool the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, how do you think you can unlock the reality stone inside you? Now, the first thing to consider is that the reality stone can only be used by people of sufficient power. If not, the reality stone can destroy you. Now, this is true of any unhelpful or negative beliefs. And one of the models that I really like is one that I learned when I first got into hypnosis a few years back from James Tripp. And this is called the reality model. He's since kind of evolved and changed this in time, and he's moved into different kind of models, but he still understands the strength of and simplicity of this model. Now, this model starts with having your thoughts and beliefs right at the top, the source of this model. And this is, from James Tripp's perspective, how to hypnotize anybody. But from my perspective, when I first heard of it, from how I feel about the condition of my hand, the meliohistosis or hemochromatosis, or the things that I have going on, or from a physio perspective, it's how to hypnotize anybody, yourself, and to create your own reality. So it starts with your thoughts and beliefs. Then it goes to your imagination. Now, I know that this is probably a little bit hard to hear or see, but it just gives at least a little bit of a visual. Thoughts and beliefs on the top, imagination off to the side, that then creates a physical response, which then leads to your experience, which reinforces your thoughts and beliefs. When I first got diagnosed with meliohistosis in my hand when I was 27 years old, I had the belief, once I learned a little bit more about it, how it's a progressive condition, that most of the people that I was talking to in the Facebook support group were getting worse as they got older, and I was 27. I had this belief that I was potentially going to get worse. And then I imagined that situation. I thought, what am I going to be like in a month, a year, a decade from now, if I'm going to continue to get worse? Which then created a physical response of stress in my body. I was feeling anxious and quite a bit of pain, and I wasn't able to use this hand very often. And then that created the experience, the actual physical experience that I had of not being able to use it as much, and being fearful of using it and damaging it even first, which reinforced the thoughts and beliefs that I'm going to get worse with this condition. Now, over time, I was able to reconceptualize, to change that. And in my YouTube video, there's a series, how to get a black belt or achieve any goal. In that mini series, I talk about how I changed my understanding of what my experience was by asking one question: what would complete healing look like? And for me, this thought, this belief of complete healing was reversing the effects of Mueller-Heostasis. Now, I knew that there was a very little chance of that actually happening using mind-body techniques, but that thought and belief and me just going and jumping into it and thinking, how can I reverse the effects of Mueller-Heostasis today and have a great time doing it, it made me imagine that scenario happening. What if I actually did that? Wouldn't that be cool if on future x-rays it actually showed a degradation of the bone instead of bone building up like the condition is supposed to happen? Which then created a physical response. That was when I really started to improve how I felt. I was able to do a 1 hour of dungeon ho with hands over heads and knees together. And that physical response gave me the experience of being able to do 1 hour of that dungeon ho, as well as doing more of the things that I loved and realizing, shit, these thoughts and beliefs actually do impact how I feel. And I am going to go for that complete healing. I am going to pursue that, and I'm going to get better each year because I'm going to find ways to integrate my mind and body, which made me imagine that scenario happen more and more, creating more of the physical response to the changes, doing the things I need to, that self-care on a daily basis, that reinforce that powerful, positive experience. Now, that reality tunnel or reality model is something that I love to bring into any kind of treatment, because even with physiotherapy, if the person goes to a physiotherapist and thinks, hey, this physio connects with me, he gets this, I imagine that I'm going to feel better. And then at the end of the session, starts to feel a little bit more relaxed, a little more movement, then gets the experience of being able to go off and feel better, which reinforces the belief, this physio knows me, I'm going to continue to better, and that positive cycle. But you can direct that inwards as well. There's a hypnotist, James Hazlerig, who defines hypnosis as real results from imaginary events. Real results from imaginary events. That imagination, whether it's watching a TV show or a movie that you're fully engaged in, that might create a real result of tears if you're sad, or laughter if you're happy. Those imaginary events in our minds, those thoughts, those beliefs, if they're negative, if they're unhelpful, if they're not serving you, they can make things worse physically in your body. And this negative cycle is what you're moving out of when you create your own reality tunnel. Now, Thanos was able to create these real illusions and false realities that actually influence the people around him. Because when we have narrow reality tunnels, our understandings of the world are very small, then we are able to be brought into other people's experiences very easily. Versus if we have a wide reality tunnel, if we understand little bits of lots of things and can look at science and research and be able to take in many different people's realities tunnels, then we're less likely to get sucked in to a negative experience. So do you want help finding a reality tunnel that supports your healing? Well, you can simply take my advice in this situation. I want you to think about those thoughts and beliefs, how they can better serve you. What beliefs and thoughts can better serve you to create the reality that you want to have. Because it might seem foolish and simple, like it did for me, it does make a difference. Or if you want me to guide you through, I can guide you to a reality that supports your immune system, that pursues healing in a way that it could be a place, could be an object, or it could be just this idea or concept that connects with that healing part of you. So if you'd like to do that, then prepare yourself for that experience now. Remember, it's a hypnotic experience, so no heavy machinery. And just remember to use a bit of childhood curiosity to be able to focus on this. I'm going to open my eyes really wide 3 times, and I want you to do that as well, because when you open your eyes wide to the possibility of a different reality, it allows you to accept that more for yourself. On the first time that I opened my eyes wide, those eyelids are really going to start to get tired very quickly. They're going to start to flicker and get relaxed. The second time that I open my eyes really wide, they're going to get so relaxed that they'll just start to close. And the third time, by the time that I open my eyes wide to that new reality, your eyelids will start to get so relaxed that they'll just close. And when they close, they'll just get so stuck and locked into that space to allow you to experience the reality of your powerful immune system, that you'll try to open them and you'll find that they just won't open. Ready? Opening the eyes wide as they already start to feel a little bit goofy and relaxed as they get a little bit of a flutter. And then opening a second time, maybe watering a little bit, and then even more relaxed as you bring them back down. They might even start to close as you open. Try to open them as wide as you can that third time, and then just relax back into that space and allow them to close. Go to that space 10 times more relaxed, focused into that new reality of healing. And in a moment, you can try to open those eyes and you'll find that they just don't want to work, because you're going to choose the reality where those eyelids right now get locked, shut, closed, so that you can experience the true healing that you have potential for. You can try to open them now, blowing the eyebrows up and down, and then just notice after that difficulty, just relax into that new reality of you being calm and at rest. And as those eyelids stay closed, in a moment, you're going to take a deep breath. And as you do, you're going to build up all the strength that you need to be able to find and source that reality that is in you to promote the healing from your immune system that's done in a safe and powerful way. So taking that deep breath in and out to build that strength and go even deeper into that experience. And I want you to imagine that off in the distance is the reality stone, the red emanating from that reality stone. And as you approach that stone, you can understand the different perception of those different realities, going closer to that space and time where time and space don't even exist in that space, where as you get closer to it, not reaching for it just yet, knowing that when you reach for that reality stone and connect with it, you will be transported to a reality that supports your healing, your immune system, that powerful part of your mind and your body that allows you to heal. And for some people, this will be a reality of a different space and time, an environment or experience that you've had in the past or in the future. For others, it might just be an object, something that resonates with that powerful immune system in your body. And for others, it's just going to be a word or a concept, a feeling, because your reality is specific to you, and it will be a unique experience for you compared to anyone else. And as you get closer, right next to that stone, preparing yourself to reach out and connect, the moment that I get you to connect with that, you'll be instantly transported to that powerful immune system. Ready? And reach and grab for that stone now, and boom, into that reality that supports that immune system, that powerful part of you that promotes healing. And just simply notice. Maybe it's a vast emptiness. Maybe it's a space and time, different environment, or an object. Whatever you notice, first thing that comes to mind, make it bigger. No matter how perfect it seems or ridiculous, I want you to make it bigger, make it brighter. Notice the details of it. Look around, move in that environment. Notice how as you focus on this new reality that supports your healing and promotes your ability to turn on that immune system, I want you to notice if there's anything that you want to change, because it is your reality. If there's something that can make it even better, more efficient, more effective, do so now. And as you do, in that space, it's cleaner, tidier, brighter, and that allows you to tap into that powerful part of you even more. And in a moment, I'm going to get you to take a deep breath in and out, and on the breath out, at the very end, you're going to, in your mind, say the word peace. And as you do, that will anchor in this experience so you can come back to this reality anytime that you want to promote your healing and that powerful immune system in your body. Take that breath in now and out, saying that word peace. in your mind, anchoring it so that anytime you take the breath or say the word peace, you'll be able to come back to this reality quickly and easily. And on the count of 5, you'll be integrated with this, allowing for all the changes at a molecular, cellular level so that that reality can become your reality. That as you come back to this present moment on the count of 5, that will be integrated in with you so that you can feel better, more powerful, and sleep better tonight. 1, coming to the surface 3 times more in tune with that immune system. Before 5. Wide awake now. What did you notice? What did you see or feel? Tune into your body now. How does it feel now compared to when you started? Thanks for interacting with this episode. If you have a favorite movie, TV show, or book that has a healing ability that you want to experience, comment below. Or just comment below if you notice something interesting through that, or what you found in your reality. Because every person is so unique, and I love connecting with those stories. And of course, like and subscribe to get more pop culture healing episodes each week. Next week, I'm going to be switching gears from Marvel to Harry Potter. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to guide you to find your true Patronus to be able to fend off any Dementors in your life. And if you want to watch my most powerful pop culture healing episode to reduce pain, stress, anxiety, check out the Star Wars Force Healing video to feel better now. Because the more we all heal, the more we all heal.